Good morning, I'm Byrne, and this is Kennedy. Here are the major political developments we're following as the day begins. President Donald Trump publicly criticized Congressman Henry Cuellar after Cuellar announced he plans to continue running as a Democrat in his upcoming re-election campaign. Cuellar recently received a presidential pardon, which led some of the administration to expect he might switch parties. The president expressed disappointment, saying the decision contradicted what he viewed as an act of goodwill. Cuellar responded by emphasizing his long-standing ties to his district and noting that his policy positions have not changed. He also stated that his political identity is shaped by his constituents rather than expectations from national figures. A U.S. federal judge has temporarily restricted prosecutors from using evidence tied to a previously dismissed case involving former FBI Director James Comey. The decision introduces complications for the Justice Department, which has signaled interest in revisiting aspects of an original investigation. Legal analysts note that the ruling may limit the scope of any new charges, depending on what evidence is ultimately deemed admissible. The judge stated that the additional review is needed to determine whether the seized materials were obtained and handled within constitutional and procedural boundaries. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent confirmed he has divested his financial interest in a soybean farm, a move required under the ethics agreement he signed when joining the Trump administration. The ownership stake has raised questions about potential conflicts of interest related to agricultural trade, subsidy policy, and commodities regulation. By completing the divestment, the Treasury Department says it eliminated any appearance of undue influence. Ethics specialists point out that these agreements are standard practice for cabinet officials whose portfolios intersect with private assets. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth addressed ongoing scrutiny over a two-stage strike conducted on suspected narcotics smuggling vessel in the Caribbean. The operation, which resulted in the deaths of individuals who survived the initial strike, has prompted concerns from lawmakers about proportionality, intelligence accuracy, and the rules of engagement. Hegseth said the decisions were based on real-time assessments from military commanders and aligned with broader national security directives focused on drug interdiction. Members of Congress from both parties have called for additional briefings and a clear explanation of the legal framework governing such missions. The Trump administration's updated national security strategy outlines a shift towards strengthening U.S. influence in the Western Hemisphere and encouraging European partners to take on more responsibility for their regional defense commitments. The strategy emphasizes sovereignty, strategic competition, and reduced reliance on traditional alliances. International reaction has been mixed. Notably, Russia stated that several parts of the document reflects positions it has long advocated, including a recalibration of global power structures. U.S. officials maintain that the strategy reinforces American leadership while adapting to emerging geopolitical realities. Those are the major political stories developing this morning. We'll continue to track updates from the White House, Congress, and federal agencies as the day moves forward. For Kennedy, I'm Braeden Byrne, and have a wonderful rest of your day.